right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Zaleski Sports on Location. We are here at Hiding Community Stadium. I'm trackside here today as we get ready to talk to Marshfield Tiger football head coach Denny Gadel. My name's Jason Zaleski, and coach coming up at the top of the hour, so about 30 minutes from now. Practice going on behind me, and water break going on now. Actually, I've got the practice itinerary around here somewhere. We'll take a commercial break here in a couple minutes. I'll get that and take you through today's practice itinerary, but practiced about 45 minutes in right now here in Marshfield. Again, this is day one of week 2 football practice for these Marshfield Tigers, and it's day one of week 2 all over the great state of Wisconsin. Football practice at every high school, near and far, taking place all across this great state. The equipment handout in practice was a week ago Tuesday, so 6 days ago according to the calendar. Guys got a day off yesterday from practice and back at it here today. It is first padded day of practice here in Marshfield, and talked to Coach Gadel about a couple things before practice. Had a good chat with Denny before practice started. Spirits are good. That's always kind of one of my first things. How's the team doing, Coach, is one of my first things that we like to talk about. And Coach, the team is good. Team having a good time out here. Getting to know each other, a whole new group coming in. We'll talk to Coach about that as well. We'll put a bow on last year's season. We'll see what Coach wants to talk about with last year. At times a frustrating season in 2021. Marshfield finished 3-3 in the Fox Valley Association, eight touchdowns in those 6 games. So those of you that liked scoring, probably, unless you were a diehard Tigers fan, probably cast your eyes elsewhere last year. But we'll see what Coach and the guys have in mind for this year. Again, Coach Denny Gadel coming up at the top of the hour, scheduled to be sitting right here with me at 5 o'clock. Let's do this as whistles blow behind me. And again, you can see the guys back there enjoying practice. Probably, maybe not, probably. Take you through this year's Marshfield Tigers football schedule. Before we go to commercial, again, Jason Zaleski here. We are on location, and I'm at a football practice each day this week, Monday through Friday, and then I'll go to football practice next week on Monday and Tuesday. Now, we've already got the schools for this week lined up, but I'm taking recommendations, considerations, thoughts, whatever you may be going through your mind. If you want to see your favorite football team and me at their practice on Monday or Tuesday, all you need to do is have the athletic director or the coach contact me. That's it. Anybody else I ignore. I just delete and I move on. But if you can inspire athletic director or football coach to contact me, Monday and Tuesday next week we'll be at a football practice as well. Otherwise, I'll just pick them like I did this week, and I think you'll enjoy what we've got going on this week. We are obviously here today. And then what you'll do is you'll watch on Facebook at Zaleski Sports every morning for where that day's practice is going to be. So we keep you a little bit in the dark. We keep you at a safe distance away from that information. But trust me, you're going to like everywhere that I show up this week. There's going to be storylines everywhere. So anyway, back to what we've got going on here at Marshfield Tigers football practice. Again, this is day one of week 2. So this is practice number 5 in that way. Scrimmage coming up on Friday. They will scrimmage over at Carson Park in Eau Claire, will these Tigers. Football schedule for Marshfield this year goes like this. Home against Hudson. Now that's a special day. That's Thursday, August 18th. So next week, Thursday, opening week for the Marshfield Tigers, and they bring in the Hudson Raiders right here to Hiding Community Stadium at 7 o'clock. Of course, we will have that game live. At Slinger on Friday the 26th. Now, the Owls came here last year, and that was a lightning-shortened game last year. It never finished. We all got kicked out of here, to my memory, and again, I don't really know what I did yesterday for last year, but to my memory, we all got kicked out of here in the beginning of the second quarter. So that game was unofficial last year. So now this year, the Marshfield Tigers will go down and visit the Slinger Owls. And yes, all games live. Let me just stop with all the goofiness. Every single Marshfield Tigers football game is live right here on Zaleski Sports again this year. The official broadcast partner of Marshfield High School Athletics, as a matter of fact, right here at Zaleski Sports. Milwaukee Academy of Science will be here on Friday, September 2nd. The story there, Wausau East, again, fielding an 8-player football team. So what had been a regular Wisconsin Valley Conference football team, and then had been a regular Fox Valley Association football team, now for the third year. And probably, I mean, you go 3 years. I don't know why it would change. But anyway, 8-player football for Wausau East. So that hole in the schedule for Marshfield, anyway, is filled by the Milwaukee Academy of Science. So that's a home game on Friday, September 2nd. And then in come the Evergreens the week after. DC Evers plays here on Friday, September 9th. At Wausau West on Friday, September 16th are these Tigers. Host Appleton West on Friday the 23rd. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln comes calling on the 30th. And then 2 road games to finish the season at Spash on October 7th and at Hortonville on October the 14th. Marshfield, for all their woes last year, they were a playoff team last year. Playoffs. They were a playoff team last year. It went about as well as you could expect. They were the 8 seed going down to who did they play down in the Madison area? Anyway, so they were a playoff team last year, had that going for them, but not a whole lot else as a team last year for these Tigers. Individual performances, yeah, there were many to talk about. And when Coach Gadel comes and sits here to my left, we'll talk about last year's team a little bit. But we mainly want to focus and preview this year's team. So again, any of you, and I'm sure all of you, that have seen Coach on the Couch before, we're going to have Denny Gadel here. This is our 2022 version of Coach on the Couch, at least for a select number of football coaches. We always start with congratulating last year's team and the seniors on last year's team, and then we preview this year's squad. So that's what we're here to do today. As I take a look at the clock, we're at 4:38, so Coach coming up in about 20 minutes. I'll be back with some other interesting stuff to talk to you about in just a minute. On Location, Zaleski Sports On Location is sponsored by Security Health Plan. So we'll hear this from Security Health Plan and be back to Hiding Community Stadium in just a moment right here on Zaleski Sports.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One-man band. Just follow your dreams. Keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards. Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals.
Power and Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield. Our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Power and Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
The volume. There we go. Hey, gang. How's it going? Jason Zaleski here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in on this Monday afternoon, I guess kind of turning into evening. It's always a point of debate, right? When does afternoon become evening? About now, I think is how that goes. Hey, Joe's watching. Hey, Joe. Maybe we get Joe to do one of these shows over in Greenwood later on. He can let me know about that. So, here at Marshfield football practice, Zaleski Sports On Location. We'll have a new practice location every day this week, and Monday and Tuesday next week. You'll find out about those by going to our Facebook page each morning, and we'll announce where we're going to be. I already know, but we got to keep you at arm's length here every now and then around here, and keep you on your toes. But I promise you, I will be at just like this, be at a football practice somewhere every day this week and the first 2 days next week. I got them all figured out except for Monday and Tuesday next week. Now I've got some options already, but I'm willing to hear from you. And you can let us know by having your school's athletic director or football coach contact me. And they all know how. So they should contact me if they'd like to move to the front of the list. Again, I've got a short list that I haven't contacted yet. So if anybody wants to move to the front end of that short list, now is the best time for that. Otherwise, by Wednesday afternoon or so, I'll start making those plans solid for Monday and Tuesday. So, Zaleski Sports on location. This is the 2000, at least for me anyway, the 2022 version of Coach on the Couch. Of course, Steve Maves, Mike Lenlett, and all the rest of the guys will do their Coach on the Couch with their various football coaches, volleyball, boys soccer, whatever it may be. And we'll get around to those too around the areas that I mostly roam around in. But for 2022, this is my version of Coach on the Couch. And again, Marshfield Tigers head coach Denny Gata will be here. He'll be sitting to the left of me in about, as I take a look at the clock here, a little less than 20 minutes, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Taking a look at the practice schedule here, and again, I keep this down here. That's a secret as well. But practice schedule today is special teams around here. So I got a bee trying to have a closer look at me, and I don't necessarily want that. He's going to climb around in my shoelaces. I guess that's all right. So, a lot of special teams practice today. Then meal, they're going to take a break at 5. That's what allows Coach to come over here and talk to me. The guys are going to go eat at 6:15. I'm going to see what they're having first. Maybe I'll join them. It just all depends. I took a walk around in there a little while ago. I didn't see any food, so at this point, I'm going to say no. But we'll see. And then back on the field at 7 o'clock. So they're going to take a break for 2 hours, go in, probably do a little bit of lifting, a little bit of hanging out, get something to eat, and then the guys are coming back. Practice part 2 of the day is at 7 o'clock out here later on today. Now, if you were watching from the beginning, you already know this. This is day 1 of week 2. This is first day in pads. So the guys you see back behind us on the practice field, which is also the game field, they are in pads for the first time of this practice year of this football season. And at 7 o'clock tonight, it's something extra fun. It's full contact at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm looking forward to that. And I may just come back out after. Because, listen, when me and Coach are done, see ya, bye. But I don't know. If I stay around and eat, and then if I'm around when the hitting starts, there's a good chance that's a good place for me to be. But we'll see. Anyway, so that's what they've got going on around here today. Again, a lot of special teams practice, special teams work, putting in your teams. And I did see last year's place kicker, Braxton Kurth, doing some of the kicking out here earlier. I make absolutely no assumptions on who plays what around here. So I say last year. I know that's what Braxton was involved in, was some of the special teams activities around here. And a 3-sport athlete, I believe, right? Braxton is, yeah. And then the pads stay on, come back on. Sometimes you'll take them off when you eat. Some guys don't. And then come back out here at 7 o'clock and then get after it. Get in each other's face and have a great time. It'll be the first contact session of practice. And again, Marshfield and many, many others have scrimmage on Friday. There's a few teams in the area that have scrimmage on Thursday, Wapaka being one of them, and I'm sure that there are others. I just haven't looked at everybody's practice schedule. I haven't looked at everybody's game schedule, but I haven't looked at everybody's practice schedule. But everybody at some point will have a scrimmage this week on Thursday or Friday. Oftentimes, if you see if you can time that up to a week before your first game, which for Marshfield is next week Thursday. But they're going to scrimmage on Friday. And then have a day and a half off, and then come back for practice next week. And then, again, they bring in the Hudson Raiders right here on Thursday the 18th. So make sure, if you're a Marshfield Tigers fan or you're just a football fan and you want to come out and watch the game, you certainly should. And if you show up here on Friday, you'll be a day late. So show up here on Thursday, and you will be A-OK. Which brings me to my next thing. It is Tigers news, but it is Stratford Tigers news. Check comments here real quick. Joe watching from Chicago, Jason, Wapaka is Thursday. Yes, that's right, Bryce. And we've got a couple announcements to make. Let me just see here. I got a lot to tell you guys, and it's all going to be told throughout the week. Just going to do some double checking here on a couple things. But yeah, I'll give you one breaking news, or an announcement around here. I guess it's breaking news, depending on who you are. We are, Zaleski Sports, we are proud to bring the Wapaka Comets into the fold, bring them into our broadcast group, and we look forward to an entire season of Wapaka Comets fall sports, volleyball, boys soccer, and football. So we're very much looking forward to that, getting our staffing organized now. And as I say that, Steve's at home probably watching and maybe a little upset with me for telling you all that. But yeah, so yes, Bryce, you are correct. And I knew Bryce would like that announcement. That's why I said it now. But there are more announcements to be made during the week along those lines, and some big ones coming. And so make sure to stay tuned to us all week. I can tell you that tomorrow's show is at 11:30. So we got a morning practice of where I'm going tomorrow. And again, you'll be on Facebook tomorrow morning. You're going to all look it up. Everybody's going to go to Zaleski Sports, and you're going to see, oh, that's where Jason's going to be. And that's how you're going to find out every day this week where I'm going. But I can tell you the show starts tomorrow at 11:30. And it starts with a big announcement. So you should definitely watch tomorrow's show. Back to Tigers news and updates, though. So the Marshfield Tigers here, the Stratford Tigers up on Highway 97 will be playing all of their home games this year in Marshfield. That's right, Stratford Tigers football. Every home game this year will be played in Marshfield. 4 of the 5, I think it's 5, the home contests that they have, all but 1 will be played here at Hiding Community Stadium. And then homecoming against Wyowega Fremont will be played over at Beal Stadium. So I wasn't sure. Well, I was sure that I was not going to be at another homecoming football game at Beal Stadium. Of course, I was at 2 as a player, as a student athlete here, but and then covered a few afterwards. But we get that's what we get this year. So Stratford is in the middle of redoing their playing surface. Things got a little bit behind schedule, and it will not be ready for this season. So the Stratford Tigers and the Marshfield Tigers are going to put this field plumb full all season long. Again, both teams with 5 home events, and both teams get to play all their home games here. So you get Tigers times 2 at Hiding Community Stadium this year. So there you go. There's some breaking news if you hadn't heard that. At the very minimum, it's an announcement anyway. And check the chat box here. Katie says Wausau East is playing an 11-man JV schedule. Yeah, that's right. That is true, Katie. You're absolutely right about that. But this is a varsity football talk today. So anyway, yeah, you let us know what you think about that. For us, we get treated very well in Stratford, but this is a state-of-the-art facility. So I know that Dan Leonard and Gavin Zellick, who will take care of your broadcast for Stratford Tigers, I know they're both looking forward to coming here to the to the big stadium and having a good time here this year. So so Stratford Tigers football play all their home games here except for one, and that is the homecoming game against Wyowega Fremont, and that game will take place just across town at Beal Stadium. So yeah, there's some updates for you from around the area, and again, a big announcement coming tomorrow at 11:30. And when I turn the camera on at 11:30 tomorrow, that'll be the first thing I do is make the announcement. Most of you, though, probably won't even need to hear the words coming out of my mouth. You'll see behind me, and then you'll see what that big announcement is. But I have been very difficult for me to keep this under wraps for the last couple weeks. People that know me know I like to talk, and I finally get to let it out tomorrow. So it'll be a big relief for me. Because I've been able to carry it through this far. And as a matter of fact, if I keep talking about it, there's probably a chance I could let it loose right now. So I better be quiet about it. But anyway, yeah, all this week and Monday and Tuesday next week, take a check each morning on Zaleski Sports on Facebook, and you'll see where the on-location show is going to be. Again, Jason Zaleski here. We are on location at Hiding Community Stadium, day 1 of week 2, Marshfield Tigers football practice. The guys practicing behind me, a couple of the guys back there getting some extra camera time, it looks like. So nothing wrong with that. That's why the cameras are out here. Coach Denny Gadel in a little bit less than 10 minutes, if he's on time. And I will make no further comment than that. But if he's on time, he will be sitting right here in just about 10 minutes. So that will bring us to our next commercial break. I'll step aside for just 2 minutes, folks. Just 2 minutes. I'll take a little bit of break. And then we'll come back. Again, we'll redo, if you missed it earlier, take you through the Marshfield football schedule here for the 2022 football campaign, and then get ready for Coach Denny Gadel. Again, thanks for watching. You're watching Zaleski Sports on Location.
No interest in water sports? Biking not really your thing? Want to add some excitement to your camping trip? Need more fun in your life? Hit the trails with an ATV or side-by-side from Bill's Service Center. At Bill's, your passion is our passion, and you'll find your fun with the latest from Can-Am or Polaris off-road products. When you need more fun, you need Bill's.
Bill's Service Center, where the adventure begins.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com. Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium, company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. All right, gang, back here at Hiding Community Stadium. Jason Zaleski here as we are Zaleski Sports on Location today through next week, Tuesday. Not Saturday and Sunday. I mean, come on, give me a little bit of time off. Check the messages here. Bryce wants to know who is doing Comets football, volleyball, and soccer. And again, Bryce, all in due time, Bryce, all in due time. But we've got a couple picked out. We think we've got a couple of good ones, so we will let them make their own announcement, and we'll watch together, Bryce, me and you and everybody else, when all that comes to be. So again, Coach Denny Gadel coming up in about 5 minutes. So we were told practice session number 1 is done at 5 o'clock today. So that's just in a few minutes. So Coach Gadel coming right up. So stay tuned. If you're waiting for that, make sure to stay tuned for that. Probably what everybody's watching for. I would be. Probably, I don't even really care a whole lot what I say, but we do care a whole lot about what Coach says. So we're going to get Coach to talk about last year just a little bit, kind of put the bow on last year, and then we'll begin to preview this year's Marshfield Tigers football team with Coach Denny Gadel coming up in about 5 minutes as the whistle blows behind me. And I got a pretty good indication on when practice is going to be done when that whistle hits, but not quite done yet. So again, Marshfield Tigers schedule goes like this. Here at home against Hudson on Thursday, August 18th. So mark your calendar. That's next week on Thursday, 7 o'clock kickoff. And then at Slinger the following week, Friday. That's August 26th. Milwaukee Academy of Science pays a visit here on Friday, September 2nd. Again, Wausau East football has gone to 8-player now for the third year. They might have not fielded a team at all in 2020. So I say the third year, but anyway, Lumberjacks fans, you know. So Milwaukee Academy of Science fills that gap on September 2nd here. And then another home game, DC Everest. The Evergreens come here. And then it's at Wausau West on September 16th. Home against Appleton West on September 23rd. Home against Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln on Friday, September 30th. At Spash on October 7th, and then at Hortonville on the 14th. That'll be one of the things we talked to Coach Denny Gadel about, playing those last 2 games on the road. Weather gets colder as we go. You get a little further away from home. You get into some unfriendly territory. You need to make up you need to win a game. you may be in that spot, and just looking at the conference, it's going to be tough. It'd be a tough conference again this year, and then you finish the last 2 games on the road. The obvious answer, and I bet the coach answer is, well, we'll take care of our business at home, we'll be okay. That's probably going to be the coach answer. We'll see what he says, right? We'll find that out when coach gets here. But that's it's kind of when I look at that schedule, that's where my mind goes right away. The teams you're playing here at home are certainly, there are no cakewalks anywhere around here. And especially, Hudson coming up here, or coming over here, however you want to look at your map. But Hudson coming around to start the season. So you're going to start the season against a good team. And then you're going to travel down to Slinger, all the way down in the southeast part of the state. So a long road trip. And then you head into Labor Day weekend after a game here against Milwaukee Academy of Science. And then on a short week, and then school starts. You got all this other stuff going on. And then DC Everest shows up. So even though 3 of those first 5 games are at home, some tough ones there. And then again in the middle of the season, or the bottom third, last half, Appleton West and Wisconsin Rapids at home, and those are going to be very tough games. Wisconsin Rapids, last year's conference champ, comes calling, and I can tell you, Coach Biolo already has his guys ready, and they'll certainly be ready by September 30th. And then at Stevens Point, at Hortonville to end it. So there are no favors anywhere on that schedule, and I don't think. And again, we're going to get a coach answer out of that too, right? Well, I don't want any easy games. Every game should be a challenge for us. Well, they will be this year. That's he might give us coach answer, and he's going to be right all at the same time, or at least I'm going to agree with him all at the same time on that. So that's how that goes. Again, thanks everybody for watching. This is a planned 45-minute show. When Coach comes over here, we give him 15 minutes, and he may only want to take 10. But we're going to get him for 15, and we've got some good stuff to talk to Coach about. We'll talk about position battles here a little bit on this year's Marshfield Tigers team. Again, today's practice, as I look through that schedule that I've already thrown in the trash, a special teams practice today. And so, what you get out of teams practice, one, and I'd imagine, I haven't watched in the last half an hour for sure, but really not the last 45 minutes. But what you're looking for in teams practice is let's just get the formations right. We're just getting our basics in place. We're going to make sure we stand in the right spot, and we're going to make sure things go the right way. On a field goal team, on a situation like that, you make sure that everybody's on the line of scrimmage that needs to be. So you're talking a lot about just making it look right and getting it right according to the rules and bylaws of this game. It's a lot of what special teams practice is about. It's not always about finding players, and the way special teams works, sometimes some of those starters will play teams, but a lot of times it's those second guys that come out and they play those special teams, and that's a chance that you get to show Coach that he made a mistake by not having you as a starter on offense or defense, and you get to go out and kind of prove yourself a little bit out there on teams. And so some of these guys may be coming in, some underclassmen or some of the younger guys are out here, and they're trying to show Coach that, Coach, it's great. If you put me on teams, I'm going to play. I'm going to play my butt off out here. But by the way, watch me work. And that's what teams give you as a student athlete, in this case, as a football player, a chance to show Coach that they made a good decision, one, by putting you out there, and that two, maybe they didn't make the right decision on not having you on the offensive or defensive starting units. So those are some of the things that are going on behind me as I take a look around here, kind of get a glimpse and a glance on where we are. It looks like some punt work going on and some other things. So that special teams theme continues. But again, we are told practice is done now at 5 o'clock, and yep, there go the whistles. Those are the practice ending whistles. You know what they sound like. If you ever played in organized sports before, you absolutely know what they all sound like. And as I hear the units breaking down behind me, that will cause us to go to commercial break. What should be for the last time here on this Zaleski Sports On Location. It is Marshfield Tigers football practice, and we hope in the next couple minutes to have Coach Denny Gadel sitting right here to my left. So we'll take what should be our last commercial break and be back right after this on Zaleski Sports.
First things first with Mid-State Technical College. Dual credit programs earn you college credit in high school. Then choose a path that suits you. Use your skills to start your career or transfer to a university to continue your degree. Choose a new career. Transition easily and quickly by upgrading your skills. Or continue your education with dozens of classes to get you on your path. No matter your stage of the game, your first move is Mid-State Technical College.
Really got to understand what what a nurse is. Do they focus on you? You know, do they make sure that you're comfortable? And you know, that's what Shai has. It's the connection that he has. You know, my best interest in mind always.
Why wait another day? Let's take the next step together towards a better life.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together. Direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in central Wisconsin.
If you lose direction, you can grab my hand. I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in central Wisconsin.
If you lose direction, you can grab my...
Turn that volume up again. There we go, guys. Jason Zaleski here, and so a bit of an update for you. We've maybe got another 10 minutes or so before Coach is going to be over here. Live TV, man, it happens. This is all part of it. So I'd mentioned a few minutes ago Stratford Tigers playing their home games here. So let's go through that a little bit. Again, some field work being done up at Tiger Stadium in Stratford, and that work not able to be completed on time before the season starts. So the Stratford Tigers will play all their home games here at Hiding Community Stadium. So this field's going to be full of Tigers all year in 2022. Dan Leonard and Gavin Zellick will bring you all those games here at home and away. So we'll take you through that Stratford schedule and how that works around here. Again, this Marshfield team plays Hudson next week here on Thursday, and then it's Mosney Stratford on Friday. So I mentioned earlier that if you showed up here next week Friday looking for Marshfield Tigers football, you'd be a day late. You will, though, be able to see a really good game. Mosney, good football team. They were a good football team last year, should be again this year. And Stratford coming in. And so you get to see back-to-back days here, Thursday, Friday. So talk about that for a minute. You're going to plan your week for next week, right? Now, one, you know that Zaleski is going to be on location on Monday and Tuesday at a football practice somewhere on each of those days next week. We're all going to take Wednesday off next week. Go ahead. I'm going to. So you go ahead, too. And then all of us, me included, all of us, we get to watch football, high school football on Thursday and on Friday. And if you wanted to do it here, you get to watch football in person here on Thursday and Friday next week. Marshfield Hudson and then Stratford Mosney. So get your football fix right away in the season. And by the way, all the games broadcast live right here. First mission always to get down to the gym or the field yourself. Cheer on these kids in person. If you can't make it, that's what we're here for, and we are absolutely happy to do it. And then for Stratford, I was talking about this the other day. They're at Edgar the next week. So according to my math, it's the 53rd playing of the game. Some of you out there may need to correct me because I could be wrong. And it seems like maybe in 2020 that game got missed. And if it did, then it's the 52nd playing. But either way, listen, the second or the 53rd or the 103rd playing of Stratford Edgar is unbelievable football. And that game is at Edgar on Friday, August 26th. So plan accordingly for that. And then check this out. Stratford is at Manawa on September 2nd, and then at Shiocton on September 9th. They play 3 road games consecutive. So they play Mosinee here on this stadium, on this football field, in this stadium, on next week, Friday the 19th, and then head on the road 3 straight Fridays after that at Edgar, which is kind of a road trip, at Manawa, and at Shiocton. Those are road trips. And then back at home against Nakusa, which is here, and at Wittenberg-Burnhamwood, which probably is going to be a pretty good game over there, I would suspect. And then at Beale Stadium, so they'll play on the south side of Marshfield on Friday, September 30th against Wyowega Fremont. Again, that is homecoming for Stratford. So try to map that out in your heads a little bit, right? You come down here, you play a home road game in Marshfield. It's your homecoming, by the way. And you play it at the other football field, which looks a lot different. If you haven't been there in a couple of years, and you probably haven't, they've been playing some soccer over there, middle school soccer, I think. So they're going to play over there, and then everybody's got to hop on the bus and get back for homecoming festivities back in Stratford after that. But that's what happens on Friday the 30th for Stratford. And then a road game, kind of, at Spencer Columbus. So what's that, 11 miles, I think, from Stratford to Spencer. They'll take on the SC Rockets that day, which is always a classic game with all those kids. They all know each other. And then for Stratford, listen, you get Edgar, and Mosinee here is a tough game, but at Edgar, again, Wittenberg-Burnhamwood is going to be a tough one. At Spencer Columbus, rivalry game, and then Amherst. And you talk about over the last 7-8 years, Stratford and Amherst just getting after each other every single year. And that game is here. So you get a monster Week 9 game here on October 14th, Stratford and Amherst. Oftentimes, those games, well, nowadays, those games are sometimes for conference championships, with Stratford not have left the Merriwood Conference a few years back to join this Central Wisconsin Conference. So now that game, the potential for a conference title game, depending. And with computerized seating, the WI supercomputer is going to have its steely cold eyes on that game. And it could be, depending on how those seasons go, probably a number 1 seed on the line in that game. Not only a conference title, but probably a number 1 seed, because that supercomputer is cold-hearted, folks. It is cold-blooded, and it doesn't have a heart. And forget about cold-hearted. It doesn't even have a heart. That supercomputer, literally, it doesn't have a heart. So Stratford gets to play all their home games here at the field behind me, except for that September 30th homecoming against Wyowega on that day. So the chair here is reserved for Coach Dennis Gadel. Take a look around here. It looks like they're gonna go about another 5 minutes or so, which all that does is make me so tempted to tell you tomorrow's big announcement, but I'm not going to do it. Keep my poker face on here and keep everything bottled up. We're right where it's, I guess, supposed to be. They tell me not to bottle things up, but this I got to bottle up. But so again, how it works, folks? I'm on location, doing the show solo today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tomorrow's show is at 11:30. That's the big announcement show. So that one for sure you want to see. I don't care who you're a football fan of or what you're even a fan of, why you're watching. And sometimes I ask, why are you watching? But that's big announcement coming tomorrow at 11:30. Right when the camera turns on, boom, big announcement coming tomorrow. And then again, on location on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I will be on location next week, Monday and Tuesday as well. I've got a short list of schools that or football teams that I think it'd be a good thing and a good time, and they'd like having me there at their football practice next week on Monday and Tuesday. I haven't decided yet, so if you've got an athletic director or coach that you know would like me at their practice, you tell them to call me. They can email but only them. If you send me the email, I just delete it. So the athletic director and the coach, if they want to get in contact with me and move their school either to the top of that already, if they're already on the list, perhaps, then they move to the top of it. If they're not on the list, right, they're laying over here somewhere, and maybe you just put them right on the top. Just put them right on there. Because really, it's an open sea for me on Monday and Tuesday. As I sit here right now, I will firm that up by the end of day Wednesday. But as I sit here now, a lot of choices out there for Monday and Tuesday next week. But it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll have coach interviews on all of those on-location shows. So you're going to get 7 of them, including today's. And then Steve and Mike and maybe a couple of the other guys will come on. They'll give you a more traditional look at Coach on the Couch. Although I'm tempting them, and they're probably watching right now thinking, well, can I sit here and talk like a goon for him for 45 minutes? I don't know. Maybe they can. But if they can't, you get Coach on the Couch the more old-fashioned way, as that evening sun. I'm going to go to evening now. For me, the cutoff is after 5 o'clock. You go from afternoon to evening at 5, and it's currently 12 after 5 right now. And that sun, hopefully after the next commercial break, is going to be right behind the press box, where I'm going to interview Coach Gadel blind. Be that as it may, if that's what needs to happen. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what we got going on around here. And then we've got a whole slate of sports. I was going to count them up the other day, but fall sports, a big pile of them for the last 12 months. Just to give you a look on this, from August 1st of 2021 until July 31st, that was last week, right? For that 12-month period, over 1,000 live sports broadcast here on Zaleski Sports, and that number is going to be bigger these next 12 months. So now we're on a new count, right? We erased it. We were over 1,000. That's great. We cheered. We all high-five, slap hands, and then we started anew just a few days ago on August 1st, and we start the ticker again, and it'll be even more, way over 1,000. Probably a couple hundred over that, and it all starts now. Football season starts the school year. Games all over the place next week, the 18th and 19th, including here, Marshfield and Hudson. And at certain times during the year, we will hit 13 games broadcast live at a single time, right here on this show. So crazy times ahead. And then plus something else, another big announcement that I'm going to make. That I need to keep quiet, I guess, for a little bit longer. You'll find out about it first on Facebook. You won't even find out about it from me, but you'll hear all about that all next week on Facebook about the other big announcement and what we're going to do on Football Friday. Something brand new is coming, and it's going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Dan Ross knows what I'm talking about. He's one of the few that are privileged to some of that information that's coming around the corner too. We're going to do something to football that has never been done. That we know of. We've looked around. We've checked. We've called some people. We've sent some messages. It's never been done before, and we're going to do it, and it's going to be absolutely wild. It's going to be absolutely wild. You won't want to miss it for sure. But that's the information on that coming next week. Again, big announcement coming tomorrow at 11:30 as the cameras come on. Zaleski Sports on location tomorrow. Me at 11:30. And just a tremendously large announcement coming then. So I promise this time, it's our last commercial break this time. I promise. So we're going to step aside. I will step aside and should be back with Coach Denny Gadel right after this. Zaleski Sports on location, Marshfield Tigers football practice.
I'll be the one behind you to say no. One man band. Just follow your dreams and keep your promises.
We're all different, but we all want great health insurance. See why we're rated #1 in service, coverage, and affordability in Central Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. All right, back here, Zaleski Sports on location. Thanks for sticking with us here today. Running a little bit behind on practice, but they are finishing right now. As a matter of fact, coming right back from commercial, Coach Jenny Gadel talking to his guys, telling them a nice little practice out here today. So Coach is going to be sitting here in just a matter of moments, and we'll talk to Coach about today's practice. We might as well start with that, right? Talk to him about last year's team a little bit, and then we'll see what Coach wants to tell us about this year's squad, at least what he knows now. This is day 1, week 2. So day 5, 5.5 of practice. First practice with pads on today. And at 7 o'clock, the guys are going to head off now, as I see behind me. They're going to head off now. They're going to do a little bit of weightlifting. They're going to get a bite to eat. They're going to rest and relax. And then they're out here for a full contact practice at 7 o'clock. And for those of us that played organized football in the past, that first padded contact practice, that's the big one. That's the one everybody looks forward to. Anybody can run around here in shirt and shorts and look like a football player, but it's that first padded practice and the first contact, full contact practice. That's the one everybody looks forward to, and I'm sure the ones the first one that these guys are looking forward to as I see the team head off the field to my right. I'm keeping a little glance at my monitor here, and because Coach is known to sneak up on some people every now and then, and I don't want to jump out of my shorts here, and that's. Coach is a little bit scary like that sometimes, in a good way, right? He's a fun guy, but Coach Jenny Gate will be over here in just a matter of moments to talk to us. And then again, big announcement coming tomorrow. On Location show starts tomorrow at 11:30 at the place that the big announcement is about. And as I say that, I see Coach Gadel on his way over here, so we'll get his chair all primed and ready for us. And he's going to have a nice comfortable chair to sit in over here, does Coach. So, yeah, there he is. So I was able to see him out of the corner of my eye this time. He was not able to catch me by surprise, but Coach is going to so gracefully stop in and check in with us as practice has finished. We'll let Coach grab a seat there, turn the microphone on, take a load off. Coach is probably the best thing, right?
Not a big load, but it's a load. How's that?
Let's see. I looked at your itinerary today, kind of a team's practice. Maybe just start with that. Tell us about how practice has gone so far, including the first half of today's practice.
Well, today, I guess it started out maybe a little bit slower. We had a couple new installs. It's the next week, so we're installing a little bit of offensive old. So we're trying to get everything taken care of with the coaching staff as well. We met at 1 o'clock today, and then come out and try to install everything that we talked about today. Very minimal amount. I think we put in 2 plays. And maybe 2 run plays, 1 pass play, I think, today. and they didn't do too bad at them. I was okay with them. I mean, the defense is now in their second week, so they're starting to move and move around. They're not standing there like they did without pads on for the first week, where we could, hey, you look really good, you look really sharp. Well, now the guy is not standing there with his pad, and now we get to just get a little excited and start coaching a little bit, And
then you told me we got full contact practice coming up at 7. What are some of the things that happen? I remember when I played, and you've been coaching, and then playing before then, and it's always kind of a special time the first time you get to go out and you hit somebody and tackle somebody. What are those beside that? What are some of the other things you're looking for in this evening practice?
Well, it's way different than the days of old. That's why you still have a couple ticks, Coach, from getting hit in the head so many times. But we're trying not to do that. We're not trying to do that. We do a tackling progression that Coach Lukey's done for 100 years that we've been here, and we do those things. We'll have our porta pits. I think we'll go on the grass fields and pull out the big track pits, and it's all a controlled situation of tackling. Obviously, you got the guys who are gung-ho and who are older kids and got a lot of confidence, and you do have some younger kids, and we pair them up, sophomores against sophomores, and so on and so forth. But it's just a chance to see kids get excited a little bit and see what it is to tackle. You still have kids that are apprehensive all over the place, but this doesn't make or break today. But you see where you have some potential and things that could happen in the future.
Sure. Time to maybe stand out a little bit, but there's more practice to come after that. You've done this with me for a number of years. Thank you so much, Coach, by the way, for stopping by. I know you got stuff to do, so I won't keep you too long. So first, just remind the audience, I think it's 26, but tell us what year is this coaching over here in Marshfield?
I think it's 28.
Oh, okay. My math is not as good as yours.
Hey, that's okay. I forget even now. It might be 29, but I don't know. But it's been a number of years. We'll keep going until everything falls apart on me, and they've got shoulders and got knees and everything else happening, but it's okay. We're doing okay. I still like it. Mm-hmm. I still think we're having an effect as far as coaches go to kids, and we all think as a staff, we think that that's a big deal. We all teach. We're all teachers on our staff. That's one of you can probably look at some other staffs in the state of Wisconsin. I think we're probably in one of the top 1 or 2% that have all teachers on their staff coaching football. And that's pretty special to me, because that means that people that are working in our school are giving back, and everybody has families and those kinds of things. And I remember back in the day when Len Sr. was here and we started coaching together in 94, 95, and I had my first son, and he was the first one to say, "I took off one day, Dennis, one day," and I was back on the field. So guess what? I mean, we were going into the playoffs, and the doctor said, "Well, Coach, I know you got playoffs on Saturday. Hey," to my wife Mo, he goes, "Do you want to just get this thing done so Coach can get back on the field?" And she goes, "Well, sure." So they induced labor and had my baby and Andy on the Friday, and we played football on Saturday. That stuff is pretty not happening today, I mean?
Yeah, right.
So I know I'm just stupid, and that's just the way it was, and that's the way kind of things were. And I respect all my coaches, and we make family time a big deal for us and our staff. And if you can't make it because of your kids, and I want you to watch your kids and do the things that they do, and we're just more receptive to the fact that people have families, and that's a lot more important than coaching an hour or two of practice.
In the long run is what they tell me. It's more important.
Yeah. They got to be around. They got to take care of us, dude.
Yeah, right.
I'm getting ready to retire. I need somebody to be ready to get my house ready to go and keep me up and at 'em.
Somebody's got to make you a sandwich at some point. Yeah. So let's talk about last year just a little bit, and then we'll spend the rest of our time, however long you want to sit here. We'll preview this year's team. But last year, at times okay, at times not very good. 3-3 in conference, 8 touchdowns scored in the conference season. I mean this sincerely, Coach, but because I think there probably is an affirmative answer to it out there somewhere. But is there a way to do that again this year and be better? Is that got to all change?
No, everything's about scoring touchdowns. I guess that's the object of the game, and stopping people from scoring touchdowns. I mean, our defense looks good again. It's kind of cool that we do have the kids that we have to play. I mean, I'm still calling some kids that I would love to be out here and help us out, but every athlete has different reasons why they're not here. And,
sure.
But I'm not going to stop recruiting. If I do that, I might as well quit coaching, because
Yeah.
that's not what coaches do. We walk up and down the hall to get kids all the time. But we're trying to do the same thing. The Marshfield way doesn't change. We're trying to stop people from scoring. We're trying to score. We're going to try to put kids in the right place to help us win. And those kids are trying to do that. If we ask them to go, they're trying right now. And there are several kids we haven't had tight ends for 6-7 years. We're trying to make tight ends out of kids. They're linemen, they're fullbacks, and we're trying to make things happen here. So it's a lot of learning. It's a big curve for some of these kids that haven't ever done it before. I mean, it used to be from 5th grade on up that we did the same eye offense, and now now things have changed. People got better, and they know how to scout you better, and they know how to take away all the things that Marshfield did. So we got to be better, and we got to do things a little bit differently, and do things that the way other teams think we're not going to do it. So it's football. We've got to change with the times and with the week and who we're playing against. So.
And things do change. It looks now, again, this season you lost a conference opponent in Wausau East, so you fill in that blank with somebody else, but that's kind of part of that change. And then, in the conference, things change. Lincoln, conference champs last year. Coming into this year, some of those same guys you got back. At what point, maybe you have already, but what point do you start talking about season goals and a conference championship got to be part of that goal setting that you and the guys do?
Our first goal is to not jump off sides the first play and to get a first down, to do well in the scrimmage, be healthy. We had guys, dinged up in the beginning of our season. We're just, you got to go to the cliche, it's 1-0. Let's try to win the first game, try to win the second game, and try to that hard every week, because if you ever start looking ahead, Coach, this, if you look ahead, man, you're going to get your feet tripped out from underneath you immediately. So that's an old coach thing, but everybody does the same thing. Try to win the week and do the best you can at that week and that team. And I didn't even know Rapids won the conference last year. I'm sorry. So forgive me, Tony.
Yeah, Coach Bill is watching.
Yeah, I know, but forgive me for not knowing that you guys won the conference. Everything was so weird. We're playing different teams sometimes. I mean, we're playing another team. I believe we have scheduled a team from Milwaukee to take place of Wausau East. But don't get me wrong, I'd want to play Wausau East. I want to play our conference. I want those guys to get back, full strength football, just for the better part of football. I don't want to see those guys, playing 8-man. I want those guys to be playing 11-man. But that's all over the country, and so we'll see that happen, and hopefully we get better all the time.
28 years, and then playing before then, I'm sure you've seen a lot of schedule configurations, road games here or there, home here and there. This year, a lot of your home games are front-loaded. You finish on the road twice. How do you, when you kind of look at it as a whole thing, maybe just take Marshfield football out of it, but a guy like you looking at a schedule and you see a team they finish on the road a couple times, is that advantage or disadvantage? How do you think about that kind of thing?
I don't. I might be the most stupid coach in the world. I don't think about those things. I really think about what we do and what I'm going to help call on offense and what we're going to do on offense, what we're going to do on defense, and how are we going to win that week? Because, again, it doesn't really matter. We got to play the football game, and that's all that really matters. And I don't care where we go. If we got to go to Michigan, if we got to go to Milwaukee, we're going to go there, and we're going to give them the best fight we can give them.
Start to wind it down here a little bit. I know they're lifting in there, and you got some food probably to eat in a little while. You don't want to miss that, as far as I know, anyway. We kind of look at this week in particular. So you come back out 7 o'clock, full contact or a contact practice of some sort, and then the weekends with the scrimmage over in Eau Claire. For some, maybe the first time they come and in person, sit in the bleachers, kind of look at you guys. What do you think you and your guys need to do between now and that scrimmage on Friday to look like a football team on Friday over in Eau Claire?
Well, again, try to stay doing things the correct way and try not to make mistakes. You're going to have mistakes. It's a scrimmage, and everybody knows it's a scrimmage. I want to make sure that we run our base plays very well, and we want to be physical, and I want to make sure that our kids know we got to play physical. It's a lot of different changes from what we've been doing. I mean, we're going to have big backs and a good bunch of linemen. We got to keep those guys healthy. That's our big deal. Like anybody, let's keep kids healthy. So that's our big goal on offense. Defense, they have a lot of new kids. They have four new linebackers. And they look really good. So that's kind of a cool thing for us. There's 4 new defensive backs back there. I think one guy has some experience, and Evan Pretch, and so we're really a brand new team. But we're pretty senior dominated though, which is awesome. We're a little bit lighter, not as many kids on the junior team, but then we bring a good group of sophomores back in. So, I mean, the pipeline keeps going, so we just got to keep working and never give up. How's that?
Let you off the hook with this one. We sit here in just a beautiful football facility here. You got the video board out there. The turf is so comfortable you could probably take a nap on it at times if you wanted to.
It's warm.
Today it is. The bleachers here are full. So I'll ask you kind of a two-part question, and we'll get you back in the locker room after this one. What kind of an advantage is it to be here when those road teams come in? And then I'll let you kind of end with a promotion, but tell people to come out here and sit in these stands and watch you guys play this year.
I don't know if there's any advantages too much anymore. Pretty much everybody has a turf field, it seems like, around here. But again, it's a wonderful place, and it's way more than anybody could ever expect as a high school team playing on something like this. It's remarkable. But again, everybody's getting turf, and they want that because of the fact it makes things all equal as far as rainy field games and muddy games, and those things are gone. But it just makes things better that way. I mean, everybody can run faster. It seems like you can cut harder and cut better. Balls bounce all over the place. I mean, those are just things. But yeah, I mean, if nobody's seen it out here, if you haven't come to a game, it's remarkable. Come be a supporter. I guess we're out here, and we're high school kids, and the way the world is, I guess, if you want to start being a promotion guy, you come and look at what these kids do and what kind of things, the time they put in to play high school sports. I don't care which sport it is. Mm-hmm. I mean, we give away to soccer. They practice before us on one day, and then we practice after them. I mean, there's hundreds of kids that playing high school sports out here. Mm-hmm. Track season, we got everybody out here running track, and we're doing soccer and track at the same time. It's remarkable that what it does, and it's remarkable the people that gave what they could give to make this happen. I mean, in today's world, there's a lot of I people in the world, Coach. You know that. I mean, the commercials say, "We'll do this for you. We'll make it just for you. This car can be built just for you. This health plan will be just for you." People start believing that it's just about them. And then when things happen and things don't go their way, what do they start do? They find the blame, complain, defend stuff, and it's like, I don't have that. You don't. I don't have what you have. Dude, you got to work with what you got, and we've done that for a lot of years, and now the people of Marshfield have come through and did tremendous things, and it makes our community just that much better. It's a tremendous place.
There you go. Come on, watch these guys play. I think they charge you a couple bucks to get in. It's not much. And you come in here and, like you said, Coach, for the community, some of these kids are going to want jobs someday. So you get to come out and watch how they perform here and maybe hire them sometime and put them to good work, put them to good use.
Yeah.
But until then, it's you, Coach. So you get them for now. Best of luck in 2022. Thanks for having us out of practice today, Coach.
Thanks for your service, too, because it's remarkable what you do. It's been no better when we're out of the playoffs or it's basketball season in the winter, and I can sit at home and don't have to go to Superior and watch our basketball team play.
Sometimes,
I know that's not cool either because I should be going, but daggone it, gas was $4 a gallon. I'm sorry.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes.
Really good stuff.
Coach, good luck this year.
You bet.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we'll let Coach get over to the locker room. Get with his guys again. Meal coming up, and then a practice. Part 2 today coming up at 7 o'clock. I'm not staying for that. I'm going to pack it up and head out of here. But again, thanks to Coach Gadel and the rest of the guys for having us out here. I hope you like that. More coming. Again, I am on location tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and the big one is tomorrow. So if you don't watch another one after tomorrow, that's okay. I wouldn't like it, but tomorrow at 11:30, huge announcement coming on Zaleski Sports. We're going to wrap it up for now. Been a great time out here. Thanks again to Coach Gadel and the rest of the team out here for having us, and we appreciate you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. After the video is done, make sure to share this with your friends. So you just go hit that share button, share it out there with your friends, let them know what Coach Gadel had to say, or maybe there was something I told you that you want to share with somebody too, and by all means, that is fine to do. Guys, Jason Zaleski here telling you to have a great night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 11:30.